Although we may be looking and feeling younger for longer, our biological age isn't changing, especially among women. And many women experience perimenopause in their early 40s. So the secret is to get a head start on dealing with those symptoms in your 30s. And for advice on how to prepare, we turn to alternative medicine expert Bryce Wylde. Good morning to you.
How are you?
We love seeing you, and we've got a lot to get to. My first question for you is, will every woman at some point experience those symptoms?
Yeah, it's a rite of passage. So, I mean, not to be feared. It's not a condition or, anything of a disease state. It's something we'll normally, pass through. Even us guys go through andropause.
Okay.
So it's a normal passage of rite, nothing to be concerned about. But some women will have many more symptoms than others. And that's all about hormonal balance, a large part of what we're talking about today. So, and we'll get into that momentarily, but it actually does start as early as age 35. It's called perimenopause. So menopause is when you actually go through 12 months not having a period. Therefore, officially, you are in menopause.
Okay.
But a decade prior to that, and we should be concerned about getting tested appropriately, you are actually entering into perimenopause. And so these symptoms are typically mood changes, headaches, hot flashes eventually, we know about those, bowel disorders, constipation, diarrhea, and this sort of irritable bowel syndrome, we hear a lot about that can enter, fatigue, hair loss, a lot of symptoms, and it's a hormonal fluctuation. So here's what I want people to get tested for. Not just FSH and LH at age 45 or when you seem to be about to experience menopause. I want you to get tested for estradiol, estrone, and people can tune into btcalgary.ca and rewatch this. There's estradiol, estrone, testosterone, free testosterone, DHEA, and progesterone.
When do we ask for this test?
Starting at mid-30s.
Really?
Absolutely. It's a simple blood test to get once a year, and so tracking those, and then doing the modifiable dietary, exercise, lifestyle interventions, possibly even herbs we'll get to at the end as well. So let's start with diet.
Let's start with diet, because this is the controllable factor.
So we've heard about this before, but I want to explain why it's so important to get rid of all of this stuff here, or at least minimize it significantly. It's all refined stuff, like white flours, white bread, sugar, colas, pastas. So I'm not saying fanatically here to ditch it entirely, but limit it because there's no micronutrients in there. And those are vitamins and minerals that charge your body and allow you to not only digest the stuff, but actually also help as precursors to hormones, to balance hormones.
Right.
There's no B vitamins in there, all the things the body needs to keep itself in check. Okay, so ditch this stuff and move over as much as you can over here. Here's another alarming statistic. Osteopenia, or bone demineralization, and osteoporosis, which is totally hormonally controlled, starting at your 30s, early 30s actually, where you're starting to demineralize, this eclipses breast cancer, heart disease, and stroke combined.
Is that right?
The rate of osteoporosis, yeah. And by the time it's detected on a bone mineral density test, which is the right type of test to have, it's too late. So you want more of these micronutrient-laden fruits, vegetables, but in particular the green class of vegetables, rich in vitamin K. It's the new vitamin D. All right? Vitamin K is key to knit the bones, as we talked about. And you know what? We can't forget about exercise. We are meant to push.
Weight bearing.
Absolutely. Push, pull, jump, squat, lift, you against gravity. As an analogy, you throw an astronaut to outer space, man or woman. Right. They're osteoporotic within a month. Because bones need that active sort of, pressure and weight to counterbalance and to stimulate growth. Bones are active. They're not passive. They're constantly charging, stuff coming on and off at all times. So boron, calcium, manganese, vitamin K, vitamin D, it's all within this stuff.
Can you get enough vitamin K just from food?
Absolutely. We're talking, a lot of dairy is overly hyped. And if it's organic, I'm okay with that, because I think xenoestrogens, or the stuff that actually comes through animals, is probably charging our hormones in the wrong direction as well. So I like to go toward this direction. Something like tahini as a spread.
Delicious.
And it's loaded with calcium and vitamin K in there, So, we got to get over it. And beans, salmon, try to make your stuff as organic as possible so as we're not disrupting our hormones. And there's also a lot of stuff in the world of natural medicine to be offered to balance hormones. I like things like Vitex, black cohosh, maybe some folks have heard of that before. Over-the-counter, widely available genistein, as well as isoflavones from soy in concentrated form. Science has shown to actually help balance the hormones. When it comes to osteoporosis, I mentioned, starting in our early 30s, we have to be concerned about this. A new really interesting scientific breakthrough around olive leaf extract. So Jameson has a product out called Bodyguard, and this one here is basically it's something that boosts bone activity. So olive leaf extract to stimulate bone growth. Start it now, whether you're in your early 30s or concerned about the repercussions of menopause.
Great information. I wish we could talk all day. You have a wealth of knowledge. We will be posting this on our website, breakfasttelevision.ca. So watch it again, share it with your girlfriends. That brings us to 8:22. How's the morning drive, Dave?